So today I was kind of doing my rounds on the old interwebs and got onto Reddit. And if you're not on Reddit, and Reddit is Reddit is an online circus. It's a really really entertaining place. Anyways, um, um, on a serious note, this came up. This guy was asking how to handle depression. Okay. And some of his words were basically that modern men, and I agree, get treated worse these days. There's this idea that we are privileged and that all the success that we find in life is just sort of gift wrapped and put it into our laps. Um, anyways, he starts relating to why men are suicidal, and just says that he's really depressed and wants to know what to do about this. And I really like this question. I really like this topic. This is really sort of what we're about at the Orion Way is, personal growth and personal improvement and taking control of what you can actually do. And we really do understand depression. And a lot of us males, we absorb these strong narratives from people that we're horrible just for virtue of being born how we were born. And again, I do a lot of work with teenagers. I've worked in public schools, and it seems like there's always these adults and these teachers that just feel like it's their job to straighten boys out. And teenage boys, man, they get bombarded by every self-righteous dipshit that feels like it's their job to straighten boys out, and they just get bombarded. And a lot of people end up living up to what we believe that we are. If we've been told that we're garbage, if we've been told that we're horrible, then we're gonna act horrible. And I personally feel like we are blamed for everything. Men are blamed for everything. There's a big difference, people, between blame and accountability. Okay, and blame is when someone's trying to hold you accountable for something that you don't have any control over. That's blame. Accountability is when you have when it's like being held responsible for something that you do have control over. And men get blamed for everything. If there aren't enough women signing up for STEM fields, we get blamed for that. It's somehow our fault that they choose not to sign up for that. We get blamed for everything. Okay, here's the thing too in life is there are more homeless men now than there ever has been. I mean, homeless men are roughly 75 to 80% strong. We have droves and droves and droves and droves of homeless men on the street. And if there was a patriarchy, then why are there so many homeless men? Why isn't the patriarchy swooping out to save these guys? Truth of the matter is, if we don't help ourselves, sometimes nobody will help us. Nobody will come for us. And if we don't help ourselves, then we won't get helped. We are forced to help ourselves. Females are protected. They always have been. Women have always been protected. And I get that there are bad people out there that have done bad things to women, but they don't get sent off to war. We give them a place to live. We refuse to let them be homeless. We hate seeing violence against women. They're protected. They're protected. I mean, watch a movie. How many women are killed in horrible ways? I hate seeing that. I think we're hardwired that way. We want to protect our women. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but women are protected and men are not. And again, we get treated like we have zero problems. You have zero problems. That's nonsense. That is absolutely nonsense. And quite frankly, part of this depression too is that we get treated like nobody cares how we feel. Like it doesn't matter. And it's almost like, oh, get over it. Stop being such a baby. And yeah, I agree that men get these messages, but it's frankly frustrating to see feminists try and be I don't know, the heroes in this situation, act like they're trying to dispel that when they're reinforcing it. And so, again, a lot of these dominant narratives, a lot of guys find themselves in states of depression. They just feel like, what's the point? No matter what I do, I'm horrible. They have low self-esteem. They have low sense of worth. And so they end up basically kind of living in basements, being the basement dwellers, using too many drugs, playing too many video games. And guys, trust me when I say that it's like you cannot necessarily or easily afford to make some of these costly mistakes. And anyway, so on this thread, this guy is asking, what should I do? What should I do? And I actually really kind of appreciated some of the advice that he got, and I really want to do a video on this because this is really sort of what we're about at the Orion way, okay? So bottom line, guys, here's the bottom line. Focus on what you can control. Let go of what you cannot control. You cannot control other people, what they say, what they do. You cannot control mainstream narratives. You cannot change other people. You cannot make them think something different about men. You cannot make other people change how they treat you. You can, however, change how you treat yourself. That's the point. That's the bottom line. Okay? And here's the thing, guys. Want to beat depression? Get up and move. Physically move. And then start looking at the other stuff, okay? You want to look at other stuff? You've got to find an identity. You've got to find a purpose. You've got to find some confidence. And you've got to build your tribe. Okay? And it is a hard time, honestly. And there are a lot of people out there that will say that it is not. And as a therapist, I see, for example, my local area has had a spike in teen suicide with roughly 80% of those completed suicides being teen boys. We've seen around 150% increase in the last few years of teen suicide, with 80% of those completed suicides being teen boys, okay? And it actually, one of the things that really gets under my skin is when people just conveniently just ignore or shrug off this statistic. They just pretend it's not there and continue to say that boys and men don't have problems. Okay? So, here's the thing. And again, I really feel like this guy got some good support. So, get busy. Get a hobby. Play a musical instrument. Do something artistically. Create music. Do something. Get busy, stay busy, work out. You must physically move. If you're depressed, you must physically move. It kills me, man, when I talk to these guys and it's like, I'm really depressed. And, it's like, well, we dive into it and it turns out they spend 7, 8, sometimes more hours a day sitting in the basement smoking pot and playing video games. And it's like, well, no wonder you're depressed. And I'm not trying to get after guys. I'm really not. I see that they're suffering and I just want them to be able to get up and push past it. And we are really big on community and banding together, forming your tribe and sticking with your brothers. Get busy. Stay busy. Do stuff. Put the video games away. Just play them at night. Play them at night after you come home from work. Knock it off with the pot smoking every day. Knock it off. Stop self-medicating. Drink on the weekends. Smoke pot on the weekends. Or not at all. You got to respect your limitations. Get into an exercise and workout routine. Rode my bike this morning, a little over 7 miles. That's actually kind of a short ride for me. I usually do 10 to 12 miles on a ride. It's a natural mood enhancer. Get a workout routine. Get an exercise routine. Band together with other guys. And bottom line, guys, is that if you're depressed, that doesn't make you bad. We all experience it. Hardship actually makes us strong. I feel like our society and our culture puts too much emphasis and too much value into just doing nothing and not being active enough and the easy road. Okay, guys, if you're always looking for the quick fixes and the easy road and whatever is the least amount of effort, you're going to be depressed, you're going to lack confidence, and you're going to have low self-esteem. If you do what's hard, you're going to be strong. You're going to feel strong. You're going to gain confidence. But you're not going to do it alone because we're here to help you. We're here to support you. I get it, guys. I totally get it. I have to actively engage in all this stuff week in and week out to keep depression at bay. I get depressed. I still get depressed. When I was young, I was insanely depressed, to the point of suicide. It's real. It's very, very real. We gotta stop listening to these people that tell us we don't have problems. Tune them out. Ignore them. Okay? Build your personal strength. Do what's hard. You'll feel good about yourself. You'll like yourself. You'll have confidence. You'll have integrity. You'll have self-esteem. You'll have someone that you can be proud of. And so make sure that you go over to theorionway.com. And I'm working on my confidence field guide. But we are building an online community. It's time for a change, guys. We got to stop listening to these common narratives, okay? Right now, if you want to do something for yourself, excuse me, got the coffee burps. Get out a notebook, get a journal, something to write in. Start writing down what doesn't work. Well, I've done this. Here's my mood. This is how I feel. This is how big my depression is, and this is what I've done. Start forming some correlations. Some things will make you depressed, and some things will help. So, once again, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. By the way, do you guys like my boombox? That boombox. So hard on the camera. That boombox I bought in 90, I don't know, 95, something like that. First job, got my paycheck, saved my money. That was the first thing that I wanted to buy. It was the first thing I wanted to buy, and I did. I went to Walmart, big box, so still have some pride in that. Anyways, thanks for watching. We will see you next time.